Ames. I live on Willow Bend. I want to point out in your proposed student code of conduct a section titled Disregard for Authority, where you list failure to comply with directives given by school personnel as a conduct violation. Isn't it interesting that you expect children to obey authority? Your authority. But when it comes to what you want, to mask and suffocate our children, you don't want to obey authority. You don't want to obey the governor's mandate. You don't want to obey the courts. The science is against you, but when has that ever mattered to leftist activists like yourselves? You want to disregard authority and waste thousands or possibly hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars on fighting to disregard established authority and stomp on parental rights. What exactly do you think you are teaching these children with these actions? You are showing them that it's okay to break the rules if you feel like it. Fort Worth lost that battle. They lost, and you will lose too. You're merely wasting money that could be spent on our children and our teachers. I'm disgusted with such horrible stewardship of public funds. You sit here claiming to want to protect the children, yet Cook's Children's Medical Center says child suicide was the leading cause of traumatic death at their hospital this year. More children died from suicide than car wrecks or child abuse for the first time in 2020. Why do you think that is? This fear-mongering, this distancing, the lack of connection. My 3-year-old won't even talk to people with the mask on. They frighten him. If you don't think these things are negatively impacting our children, you are fooling yourselves. Now let's talk about the section in your student code of conduct called mistreatment of others. You list the violations to include cause an individual to act through the use of threat or force. You also list a violation to be engaging in inappropriate verbal, physical, or sexual misconduct. So let's talk first about what is inappropriate. It is inappropriate for you to dictate to our children what medical devices they may or may not use. That is not your job. The job of this school district is to teach children. It is the job of the parents to take care of our children's medical needs. And then to threaten children or force them to use these medical devices also violates your own code that you expect these children to follow. So again, what are you teaching these children? Rules for thee and not for me. Are y'all kings and queens ordained by God, or are you elected board members here to manage a school district? Well, you're not monarchs, and you certainly weren't ordained by God. We, the people, are here reminding you that you work for us, and you have a limited scope of authority. Drop this losing lawsuit by eliminating the mask mandate once and for all. Respect parental rights and do the job you were elected to do, period.